So the reason that this happens now is because during Obama's administration, there were kids being put into detainment facilities, and you heard kids in cages, kids in cages. Trump came into office, they blamed him for it. So he said, all right, we'll put the kids in shelters with the Department of Health and Human Services, and the parents will go to their normal detainment facilities, which is why I say that in order to end family separation, I think you're going to end up with one of two things: kids in cages or non-enforcement of the law. So if not one of those two things, what do you think the ethical solution for resolving the family separation problem would be? Because I think you're going to end up with one of those two problems.
I think one thing that should be put back into place that we had in place before is family care management programs, which was something that had been instituted by the Obama administration towards the end. This is where undocumented immigrants would try to come across the border, and rather than separation or immediately sending them back, we would have caseworkers take care of their families, and we would keep them in containment, but in real communities, not in asylum, not in these camps, right? We keep them in real communities and have caseworkers work them through the whole legal process until they can legally immigrate, which is what we want, right?
Yeah, this is where I think we run into a major problem, where you said family care management programs, the caseworkers would take care of the families, and they'd move into like real communities rather than detainment facilities or HHS shelters. And I think the problem with that is you run into an issue where now, if you illegally immigrate to this country, you blatantly disrespect and disregard the laws of this country, but just because you have a kid, you're now treated better than American citizens. I don't get to live in a community for free. I have to pay rent, and I have to pay my bills, and I have to make sure my water's on, and I don't use too much water. I'm going to pay more money. But if you illegally immigrate to this country, blatantly disregard and disrespect the laws of this country, you just get like a free lifestyle. It doesn't make any sense. Now you're prioritizing illegal immigrants in this country over American citizens just because they have a kid. And that's where the blatant non-enforcement of the law comes into place.